guys, welcome back to another shorter little episode, more of a public service announcement of Federico Talks Watches. Today I'm going to talk about looking up information on watch pricing and why some information is totally useless to you, particularly auction houses. I'm going to mention something I think a lot of you guys don't know. Now, of course, before we get started, customary wristwatch check. Today I'm wearing my Breguet Marine, the previous generation on black rubber. Absolutely love this piece. And also, guys, don't forget to check out delraywatch.com. We got in some very cool pieces recently, including a Blancpain 50 Fathoms Desert Edition. Very hard to find and actually the least expensive on Earth. We got in a beautiful classic Tudor GMT. Can't go wrong with this one as a travel watch. And a GP Laureato Blue Dial, the most desirable model, totally unworn. Once again, just like most things at Del Rey Watch, the least expensive one out there in its condition. All that and more at delraywatch.com, link in the description below. So guys, you're probably a watch collector if you're watching this channel, and I'm definitely a watch collector. And you may have one watch, you may have many watches, and I'm sure as watch collectors, a lot of you guys every few months or once a year or whenever it is, look up the value of your watches. I'm not going to say you're trying to sell your watch, but everybody wants to know kind of what they have, what's it worth, and the satisfaction we get when we see that number go up. And there's some great ways to do that. You can look at Chrono24, what they're listing for now. You can look at completed eBay listings to see what they've sold for in the future. And chances are, if you own something a little bit rarer, a little bit more collectible, you might not find a lot of results out there. But when you Google it, past auctions come up. You know, Antiquorum, Phillips, Christie's, Sotheby's. And you see an auction from last year and wow, my watch sold for $30,000. That's awesome. Then you want to go sell it and you call a dealer and you say, well, look, it just sold for $30,000. Or you don't want to sell it, but you just think that the last known price of your watch that sold was $30,000. And I actually get this a lot. And here's something a lot of you guys don't know, and this is 100% the truth. That is just the hammer price. What do I mean? Well, I mean some guy lifted his paddle and bid $30,000 and they hammered. Doesn't mean that guy paid for the watch. Doesn't mean the watch actually sold. And the auction house is sneaky. They're not going to tell you that because after you raise your paddle and you win, well, then they give you a few days to send the money. You guys would be massively surprised, especially when the auction finishes massively high or higher than you expected, how few of those watches were actually paid for. What does that mean? Well, that means the watch wasn't sold, which means the watch is not, that transaction never happened for $30,000, which brings that data point of your watch being worth X, it makes it null and void because it never actually happened. Of course, auction houses will never remove that from past auction results because it's in their interest to show people, look, you should send us your watch. We sold all these watches for all this price. But whenever you see like a shocking result, and I'm not saying this is the case all the time, but more often than not, you see a shocking result, can't believe it sold that high. It didn't. Some guy just bid, came to fork over the money, never did. And now, do you get banned from auction houses for doing this? Sure, eventually. You'd be surprised how many times you can false bid before an auction house actually deregisters your account or doesn't allow you to participate anymore. So guys, take past auction results with a grain of salt because there's no way to verify that transaction happened. Me as a dealer, whether someone shows it to me because they're trying to sell me a watch or because I'm doing my own research on a watch I have and I see a past auction result, I mean, yeah, it's interesting that data point exists, but I put that like really, really low in importance. I mean, I trust like Psychic Cleo with her crystal ball more than I would trust a past auction result. And this just goes under another kind of sketchy things that auctions do a lot. And that's a whole other video, the way auctions misrepresent watches, don't give you warranty, sell everything as is, sell a bunch of fake crap that they can't even tell themselves is fake, and then you try and get your money back, and, good luck to you on that one. That's a whole other video. By the way, this is auction houses with good watch departments. I'm not naming anyone in particular, but this whole data point being invalid because the auction was hammered at that price but not actually paid for, that's just typical in auctions, period. It could be in cars, it could be in art, it could be in watches, it could be on a Picasso. So as I said, just because you see an auction result for this much money on this item doesn't actually mean it happened. And if the result is particularly surprising, chances are it didn't happen. So please keep that in mind when you're buying a watch for yourself. You think you're getting a great deal, or you're trying to sell a watch and you think you're getting a great deal, or you're just getting an insurance appraisal and you want to appraise it for that much. That result is just extremely unreliable. Anyway, guys, that's it for today. Another video, actually, I think coming out tomorrow. I'll let you know, or you guys will see it in your subscription feed. And on that note, please don't forget to subscribe. It means a lot. Don't forget to give me the thumbs up. That certainly helps me out. And of course, we'll catch you in the next one. Take care.